Good morning, it's a happy day. Good morning to you and you and you. Good morning, everybody. My name is Linnea Ann, also known as Mimi, also known as Miss Blobfish, also known as Ann. And welcome to my YouTube video, aka this video you're watching right now. I am still waking up, so my voice is a little weird, but it is what it is. So this morning we are making French toast for this week's video. So let's get started. I'm going to start by getting my pan ready. We're going to get this fancy pan on the stove top on this side. So we got to move sides. So we're going to turn this on. We don't want to turn it on high, especially since we want to mix a bunch of ingredients together. So we want to have it on medium. My grandma would also get really mad at me if we didn't have it on medium. Oh my gosh, the horror of having to deal with grandma when your oil is on high. You don't want too much oil in the pan. You just want enough that kind of covers the inside. You'll be putting more than one piece of bread in there. Okay, so now we switch. Now always remember to keep your handle on the inside, aka you can have it like this, unless you have something else you're cooking, then you want it to have it like that. That's just a safety rule of thumb, so you don't bump into it or hurt yourself or make the pan spill all over you. Okay, so next thing you want is this cutting board. It's just like another piece of, basically it's a nice flat surface where you can cut some bread. Now the reason I'm cutting bread is because I'm not just making French toast, I'm making French toast sticks. Now, I would recommend putting your bread in the freezer so your bread is hard, so you're not making a bunch of crumbs. I didn't do that because I had this bread downstairs with me. Don't ask. So we want big enough pieces where you're like, ooh, French toast sticks, and then small enough pieces that you don't like take up all the spots. So cut them up. I have 2 pieces of bread right now. I'm probably gonna get more right now. So yeah, because I am not. This is too small for me this morning. I'm not dealing with that. I do have some bread in the freezer, so I can show you what the difference between soft bread and tough bread looks like. I know what you guys are thinking. Why did you put it in the freezer? Like, isn't that weird? Well, if you put it in the freezer, not only does it last longer, but it's less likely to, less likely to get mold, because bread does get moldy. See how that looks? That looks a lot nicer. Little less crumbs too. So, as you can see, they're a little bit thicker too. That's just because I'm being lazy with the cut. I'm being lazy with the cut. Okay. Oh, that one's a little harder. You can use a butter knife. I think there's such thing as a bread knife. I'm sure you guys will talk to me about that later. Some of you guys like to comment on the way I do things, which is fine, because I would love to hear your advice and your tips and your personal tricks on cooking. I'm not a pro, so I do need your advice, and I would love to have it. Uh-oh, Grandma forgot to put a trash bag in the trash can. Let me get a trash bag in the trash can for Grandma. Trash bag in the trash can for Grandma. I don't usually use the upstairs trash can. The only time I use the upstairs trash can is when I'm cooking, really. Okay, the oil should be getting really hot right now, so I should probably turn it off. just for a little bit so I can get my egg wash ready. Oh, speaking of Grandma, her ears must have been ringing. And here she comes. I'm doing a cooking video, Grandma.
Oh.
I'm making French toast sticks.
Okay.
Yeah, from scratch. Well, I consider it scratch. I'm not making the bread.
Well,
It's not really scratch if you don't make the bread.
really.
Well, I don't consider it. Now we want our container for the egg wash to be about the size of the bread, because then we can just place it in and we don't have to worry about, you know, all the other stuff. So now you can put in less eggs or more eggs depending on your preference or how many people you're cooking for. I'm cooking for me, which I know you guys are probably already shocked that I'm using this many, but no shells in the eggs yet. There is a cool trick for eggshells. See, eggshells are kind of attracted to eggshells, so you can use the giant eggshell and just scoop the smaller eggshell out of it, which is really cool. Please don't use your fingers to pick up eggshells. That's disgusting. Don't do that. That's not right. Okay, and then we need cinnamon. I sometimes put vanilla in mine, but because I have vanilla milk, I really don't need to. Some people will put sour cream in theirs instead of milk, and instead of almond milk. To each their own, but I prefer putting in almond milk because I don't drink normal milk. It's not that I'm lactose intolerant, I'm not, but Grandma is. And this is not Grandma's milk. Grandma doesn't drink my milk. She doesn't like vanilla almond milk. She likes milk. Well, she likes other sources of milk, but she doesn't like vanilla. So she won't do that. Now you can also, if you want it sweeter, you can put sugar in it. I'm gonna do some sugar in mine. You don't have to do this, especially with the sweetened vanilla milk. You really don't have to do this, but I'm going to. Not too much now. You don't want too much sugar. You're already sweet as not. You're already personally sweet enough, but this will help it sweeten a little bit more if you like that sweetness. Now time to mix. Oh, I forgot. Doesn't French toast have nutmeg in it, or is that just me?
Does it have what?
Nutmeg.
It can, yes.
Okay, I forgot to put nutmeg in it because I thought I was missing something. Grandma has this really cute thing. Well, I put cinnamon. I already put cinnamon in it.
Well, that's enough, I guess.
Okay. You can put cinnamon or nutmeg or both. I did both. If you have a shaker, you can also put all these ingredients and shake them together. This is also when you put nutmeg with eggs, you can also make something called eggnog, which is really cool. You can make that with milk or vanilla, with almond milk or any kind of milk you want to use for that as well. That's like a 3-ingredient situation too. Okay, we got our egg wash ready. Now let's turn our stove top back on. And let's put our wonderful bread into our mixture. I hope you washed your hands before you started doing this, especially if you're serving for other people, because we don't want to be making people sick. We don't want them to get a certain sickness. We also don't want to give them salmonella poisoning or Ebola. Grandma's coughing right on time too. That's funny. I was just talking about a certain sickness and then all of a sudden you start coughing.
Yeah.
She doesn't have it, by the way, you guys. She doesn't have it. I should know. I've had it before and she didn't catch it. Ooh, that's a good sizzle. Now we're going to move over so you guys can see. Look at that. Here we go, putting in. Ooh, now I put it too close. It's probably going to end up sticking together. You don't want too much of it on both sides, but you want enough that it does stick. You don't want it to stick to the pan either, and once you get it on the pan, it could easily stick. So I would recommend turning the heat down a little bit more, so you're slow cooking it. And with the frozen bread, you do want to slow cook it because you got all that moisture and all that stuff in it too. Now, do I know what I'm talking about? Probably not. I'm sure there's chefs out there cringing at my cooking right now. After all, I'm a child of a chef, but I'm not a chef myself. I'm probably the worst possible candidate to be talking about this stuff right now. Do you guys like it when I talk during my cooking videos, or do you guys like it when I'm silent? Because I've done some silent cooking videos before where I can also turn off the sound too if I need to. I know some of you are not too keen on my voice, which is totally fine. I get that. So, look at this beautifulness. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, that color right there, that's the color we want. No, this isn't burnt. If it was burnt, it would be darker and the whole pan would just smell disgusting. Now, do you guys cook the ends? Do you guys personally cook the ends? Or do you guys believe that the ends touch the plastic? Because if you did, then you should be cutting off the crust too, because the crust touched the plastic as well. If you believe in that, you better be believing the crust is bad as well. Oh, it's infused with the plasticers. I know there's people that exist like that. So I'm continuing to continue. We're almost done with some of these. We're gonna pull out the plate. We do have normal plates in the house, but we're very lazy sometimes, not all the time. Okay, let's see. Grandma was in shock when she saw that I was making French toast. She's not used to seeing me cook fully. I'm usually like put oatmeal in a microwave. She went outside because she doesn't really want to hear me talk about cooking. And that's okay. Also, she has a busy life. She has stuff she wants to do. Okay, let's see. Now, as you can see, it's not like a normal French toast yet. Man, that's good. It's even better with, it would be even better with, what was I thinking? With some honey, or some syrup, or some jam or jelly. As like I said before, I'm not a professional chef. I know that a certain chef would not only be yelling at me right now, but probably would be calling me an idiot sandwich. I think you all know who I'm talking about. He would be so disappointed in my cooking right now. I'm glad I'm not a chef and I'm not good at enough for cooking for that. So I'm also glad that I don't personally know him. So that's good news for me. Because I don't think I would be able to handle being called an idiot sandwich. I think I would roll over and die. I'm not good with confrontation. I'm not really good with when people are mean. And that would be mean. I don't think he discriminates either with disabilities. He does with kids. I mean, he loves kids, and so he's really kind with kids, which is really amazing. I love watching how he works with kids, and how he encourages them. You don't want to discourage a child from cooking. That's the last thing you want to do. You want to encourage their interests. I'm not a parent, but I strongly believe in encouraging interests and working with kids, encouraging them to do what they love. And you don't want to, if they're doing something good, you don't want to discourage them from doing that awesome thing. Like, if they're doing volunteer work, you don't want to discourage them from doing that volunteer work. You know, if they're doing something like cooking for other people or dancing, you don't want to discourage them from dancing. I think some parents are too strong on their kids, and that's what discourages them from continuing what they would love. There's such thing as pushing. There's also such thing as pushing to the limit where they break. You don't want your child to break. You want your child to know that they're loved and they're cared about. And that no matter what, if they fail or they succeed, you still love them. There's such thing as making sure that they are loved, you know? You don't want to just tell a child they're loved. You want to show them that they're loved. I think French toast is one of those things where the love language is really shown. And I don't think French toast is actually French either. Can somebody tell me who invented French toast and how and what time it was? Like, in what time frame it was? Because I think it wasn't like in the early 1990s or 1800s. It was probably later than that. I'm running out of mixture. I wanted to run out of mixture, so I should probably have my light on right now, but I really don't want to. I'm cooking blindly, which is the worst possible way to be cooking. And not because I'm not wearing my glasses, because I can see still pretty good without my glasses. Do you know what? If there was a chef like Rachel Ray who wanted to work with me and like teach me how to cook, I would love to learn from her. She would be so, like, right when I wake up in the morning, she would be somebody I would love to wake up to learn to cook it right in the morning after I wake up, during my 30 minutes of wake up time. Because it takes me 30 minutes to wake up, and I still haven't gone through my full, like, today I haven't gone my full 30 today. I went to bed last night saying, I'm going to make French toast sticks in the morning. So, here I am making French toast sticks. Not from scratch, from scratch. When you know some of the ingredients are fully cooked already, but you have to do the rest of the work. Scritch instead of scratch. That would be a funny thing to say. Yeah. Yum, yum. Now, you don't put water in don't put hot water in an oiled pan. Because it makes that noise. And it kind of becomes dangerous because you're putting water in it. Grandma's doing some yard work outside. So this is my French toast sticks. I don't have honey, I don't have syrup, but I have honey. So we're gonna do honey. Not sponsored. Now you can do the normal French toast too. You don't have to cut it into strips. That's just me. I just wanted to do something like that today and test it out. Again, we could probably bake French toast too, couldn't you? I think you can. I think you do it in the oven. I like this. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my video. If not, that's okay. You don't have to like every single video I create. I still hope you have a sparkling, fantastic rest of your morning, that your afternoon is even better, that your evening is about reflecting and remembering to breathe. Hey, you guys get some good sleep tonight and wake up rejuvenated and refreshed. Guys, I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Sparkle on, my beautiful, wonderful sparkles.